And I'm not going to give a lesson on a certain subject, but instead we're going to work on a few worksheets. All right, so we're going to work on a few worksheets that I have prepared for us and correct the incorrect sentences. And that way we can learn what's wrong, and we'll learn some grammar rules along the way. So I'm just going to pull up the website. And we're working with EnglishForEveryone.org today, and it's pretty cool. They have a lot of exercises online. Okay, so I'll just wait for people to join class. We're going to start with a really easy worksheet today, just to see what the level of class is, and then from there we can move on. Okay, so I have 21 viewers and I have no students in class if you want to join, because I can't start unless I have a few students. So. So I guess I'll go to screen share and I'll just show you what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so this is our worksheet, and this is the first one. It should be pretty easy for some of you out there. But then we can go back and we can do more difficult ones. There's a lot of them. So we may be able to work on this next. And we'll see what the level of class is. And we'll just work on some of these sentences. Okay. All right. Hello. Welcome to class, guys. So we only have 3 students, come on. And there's 20 viewers. So we can start class soon. Would anyone else like to join? All right. Okay, cool. So I'll send you all the link to the first sheet that we're going to work on, and I'll keep it on screen share just in case. All right. So let me know if you aren't able to access the link. All right, so I guess we can begin. So for the first one, they give us examples, or one example, and they tell us correct the errors in the following sentences. And one sentence does not have any errors. So one sentence is going to be correct. And they give the example right here, which is I are very happy, and it should be I am very happy. So it's just the conjugation of the verb is not correct. All right, so would anyone like to give number 1 a try? Candy tastes sweet.
May I?
Yes.
Okay. Candy tastes sweet.
Okay, and so how would you spell tastes?
Okay. T-A-S-T-E-S.
Yeah, so that's the problem. It's the verb. Candy tastes sweet as when we conjugate it. All right, so what I'm going to do. Okay. Raghu, can you stay muted? You're really loud. Okay, sorry. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give each person a number because I think this worksheet will be a little easy. All right, so C. Sarah Porn, you'll be number 2. And since Diego, you already did one, we'll see how many are left. Diego Saavedra,
Yes.
number 3. Okay, Igor 4.
She likes dogs. Likes
Yeah.
with S.
And Mary, please, which number do I have to?
Yep. So I'm just giving everyone a number, and then we'll share the answers in order in a second. Marie is number 5. Rose is 6. Sai is 7. Yasan is 8. And we don't have 8. So, sorry, I thought there was a second part. So Sai and Yasan, we'll start with you on the next worksheet. All right, so see, Sarah Porn, do you know what is wrong with number 2? How should we correct this sentence? Okay, so since she's not responding, Diego Guemes, do you have an answer for number 2 at all?
Okay, I think I'm gonna get a new cat.
So I am going to get a new cat.
Okay.
So how can we, so gonna, we don't use in writing. We say it in everyday speech. So it would be I'm gonna get a new cat if we were talking just to our friends or something. And that's really, really terrible English, but you can say it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. How else can we rephrase this? Because we also don't use get or got a lot when we write. So creating this sentence without get or got. Anyone have ideas?
Without what?
So without using the word get. So rephrasing the sentence using different verbs.
Have.
Have.
Yeah, so I'm going to, we can say have,
Buy.
yeah, a new cat. So just reminding you that get and got as well is just for speaking with your friends. Okay, and I'll zoom into this sheet so that we can see it a little better. And just go to the link, it's posted in chat, and I'll post it again if you cannot see it. All right, and so number 3 was Diego Saavedra, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And the mistake is in the verb like, because the verb are without x. She likes. She likes dogs.
Yeah, she likes dogs.
Yes.
So when we conjugate the verb like, it's I like, he likes, she likes, they like.
Yes.
Yeah, good job.
It likes.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know when we're going to use that, but yeah, that's how it would be conjugated. All right. And number 4.
My favorite color is red. 2 mistakes. My and color.
Yeah. So my and how do we spell color?
Instead E, we have to put O.
Yeah, exactly. So in American English, it's COLOR, but you may be learning British English, and that is correct as well, just not in my language. So that's a little different. All right. So number 5.
I'm happy now. I think it's correct.
Yeah, you're right. So your sentence is the correct one. Right? So I am happy now. And how do we make I am into a conjunction? So we'll go over that. So a conjunction is combining two words. What's a popular one that we use in English?
Apostrophe.
Yeah, so it becomes...
Contraction.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah. Contraction. I used the wrong word. I'm sorry about that. Contraction.
I'm happy now.
Yeah. All right. So number 6.
What time it is? It's incorrect. The correct is what time is it?
Yeah. So in the it and the is are inverted. So what time is it is correct. All right. And so now we're going to move on to a more difficult one. And this is intermediate. So I want to see how we do with intermediate before going on to any of the advanced sentences.
Excuse me, Laura. Can you share the link of this program, please?
Yep. So I can post the link for this one as well. Thank you. Hopefully it works. Okay. All right. And I'll zoom into this one as well. All right. Okay. And so we have 6, and we left off with Rose. So Sai, you're going to be number 1. Yasan, number 2.
Okay.
Hopefully, Siri, 3. Diego, 4. Second Diego Saavedra, 5. Igor, 6. Okay. All right, and so I'll give you a minute. All right, and I'll go back to the sheet. So I can get all of them in there except for number 6. Sorry about that. All right. So Sai, are you ready for number 1 at all?
Wait a minute, I will tell.
Okay.
What time does the call game start?
So see, you're number 1, 2, 3. You're I eating 'cause I'm hungry. Number 3. Right. So that way I get everyone to participate.
I can answer the first question. Hello.
Yep. Can you repeat?
Sweet candy taste by candy.
Oh. Where on this sheet you should see what time the soccer games start.
Starts.
No, start without S.
With T.
And see, what did you say before so we can help out Sai? What was your answer? I didn't hear it completely.
Candy tasted the sweet.
Okay, so we're on a different worksheet, Sai. Do you see your sentence is highlighted in orange? See it here? Okay. All right, so does anyone, we'll open it up to class. Does anyone see a problem with the first question? So we had some debate if it's start or starts.
Start without S.
Yeah.
Start, yeah.
Yeah, so right now it's star, so it should be start. And there's another error. We're missing a verb.
Is what? What's with S? What?
Is starting.
What is
What time the soccer game
What time the soccer game start?
Yes, okay. So,
What time?
what time does the soccer game start? And so I've bolded the corrections. So we need the verb does, so do, to do. So what time does the soccer game start? And then we can also use the verb to be. What time is the soccer game? But that's a little different than what they have written. But that's also correct because I heard that answer. All right. Okay. Number 2, which was Yasan.
Yasin. I'm Yasin.
Yep, number 2.
Okay. I can't find the keys.
Yeah. So, ooh.
Is it true, Lara?
Yep, sorry, I just, I had a really poor connection for a second. I can't find the keys. And that's because can't and not are double negative. So it's as if you're saying, I cannot not find the keys, the way it's written right now. All right? So you can see that we have not twice, and try not to do that in sentences, having not twice. All right? Is that clear? The double negative rule?
Okay.
Double negatives. Using not twice. Another example of a double negative is I don't have none. So that's another example of a double negative. Don't and none are negative words. So that's a double negative as well. All right, number 3. I think she left. So does anyone want to do number 3 for us in class?
Yeah, I want.
Okay.
I eat because I'm hungry. Ing we delete and because. Because when we write, we cannot use abbreviations.
Yes, exactly. I eat because I'm hungry. Okay. Yeah, so, sorry, they're doing construction on my house, so if you hear some pounding, I'm sorry about that. All right. Yeah, so I eat because I'm hungry, and as Igor, was it Igor, mentioned,
yes,
we can't use cuz because we don't write cuz. It's short for because. But then we have another word that's spelt the same, pronounced differently, and that's cause, and that's an effect. Okay.
Cause is true, Laura?
So we have 2 different meanings of cause and cuz. So the way it's pronounced in number 3 is I eating cuz I'm hungry, because it's short for the word because. But then cause is an effect of something.
Thanks, Lara.
And then just the conjugation of the verb. That's the gerund form, ing, and we need to conjugate it in the present. So yeah. All right. And then number 4, the first Diego, I think?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm not sure. I think it could be change the verb. Can I go? But I don't see the error.
Does anyone know? Does anyone see the problem?
May I? I think it is at the end the preposition is in. Can I come in? No, can I come to?
No, I think no mistakes here. It's all.
Yes.
I don't know.
I think the same. I think is correct. The phrase correct.
So it does sound correct. It's just not spelt correctly. So in English, we have a few of these words, and it should be can I come to with two O's, which means also.
Oh, okay.
And then we have to, which is the preposition. So I went to Spain. Okay. And then we have TWO, which is the number, which is 2. And then we have, all right. Okay, and so number 5.
Sorry, but if I speak with someone about, for example, Spain, and he said that I will go to Spain, and I can ask, can I come to?
Yeah.
I mean, no to with to O, but in this way that is written on the example 4.
Nope. It would be spelled T-O-O. It would be double two. Can I come also?
Yes,
that is, yeah. So that's what you'd be asking. But you can ask that.
But if I think about Spain, can I come to Spain? And to ask without this word Spain is meaning that we speak about Spain, or it's not correct to do in this way.
Yeah, so I understand now. Okay, so you're saying can I come to, and that it's implied that Spain is written afterwards, right?
Yes.
Can I come to? We can never, that's one of the rules in English. It's improper to end a sentence with a preposition. And if you say it, they'll think that you're using the TOO form because it sounds the same. Can I come to? Can I come to?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Good question. All right.
Excuse me, Laura.
Yeah.
In the third sentence, could you say I'm eating because I'm hungry?
Yes. So that's a different form. It's the I plus the conjugated to be verb plus the gerund form. All right. And gerund means ing form of the verb. Okay, so you can say, I am eating, running, jumping, etc. And that's a good formula that you can use. Okay? All right. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, cool. What about number 5? Can we give it a shot?
Yes, I am. I'm going to get 5 oranges, 6 apples, and 10 peach at the store.
Okay.
I think that the I'm the mistake is you need to put M and then going to get.
Okay. And does anyone know another rule?
Marks. Punctuation.
Okay, yeah, so we need commas.
Yes,
so
commas.
I'm going to get 5 oranges, comma. I'm writing this down too. 6 apples, comma. And 10, and then there's another mistake. Is peaches plural or singular right now? 10 peach at the store.
Peaches.
Yeah, so sorry, Diego, you got a really complicated one.
Because oranges and apples is in plural form, and that's why peaches should be in plural also.
And then I'm just going to point out another rule that we have. So the way they have it written right now is correct with the numbers. So they write out 5, 6, and they write out 10. And another rule in English is that if you have any number over the amount of 10, you use the number form. So, for example, I have 203 peaches. Okay? So if you have more than 10, Sometimes people write the number 10 using 1 and 0. Sometimes they write it out. But if it was 11, I have 11 peaches. It would be written with the number. So.
But 10 with number or without number?
It depends because it starts at 10 for us. So over 10, you can use the number. So you can, honestly, if you use 10, I would write it out, but you can also use the number form, and it's okay.
Okay.
I was just pointing out that rule so we know. And yes, and then we need commas. So does anyone know the rule about commas when we have lists? So we have a list here, which is I'm going to get 5 oranges, comma, 6 apples, comma, and 10 peaches at the store. So the comma rule before and. Okay.
When
All right.
we have numeration, we have to put comma after the.
Okay, yeah, so when we have a list, we have to use commas. So I have, and I'm using shorthand right now, so I have 3, I don't know, what should I have? 3 apples, comma, 2 pears, comma, and you have to use a comma before and, but you don't always have to. So you can have this comma right here is optional. Optional and 2 waters. Okay. All right, so does everyone understand? I have 3 apples, comma, 2, oh, I forgot the S, 2 pears, comma, and that comma is optional. So before your and, you don't always have to use it. It just depends. I use it because that's the way I was taught, but as you know, our languages change, and so now it's not recommended that you put a comma at the end before your last item. All right. Does anyone have questions about that?
No.
Yes.
No, thank you.
Please, I want to know why you put waters in plural and 2 waters.
And 2 waters?
Bottles or?
Yeah, so it's implied that, and 2 waters, it's implied that it's a container of water, a bottle, a glass, a cup.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And that's because also I gave water a number. I could have also said and water. 2 apples and some water. But water is one of those non-countable nouns. So if you count it and you say 2 waters, it's implied that you're saying it's in a container of some sort.
Yeah.
All right, so number 6.
I don't see a mistake.
I see a mistake.
I can see.
Okay.
Can I
Say.
say? Can I say?
Yep, what do you think?
Okay. When are we going to play basketball?
Well, that's
When
also
we-
correct. Baseball and basketball are different sports. So those are both correct. Who said it was correct?
Me.
I think that there is a mistake. The correct answer is when we are going to play baseball. Because if you have when, you don't need to change the order of the verbs. It could be correct.
So this question is correct because it is a question. So Igor is right. It's when are we going to play baseball? We can also phrase it so we don't need the when. And we can say, are we going to play baseball? Which implies that are we playing today? Not what time are we playing, which is what we're asking now. So the way it is, number 6 is asking what time. And if we phrase it, are we going to play baseball? Are we going to play baseball? is asking, are we playing today? And so someone mentioned switching the verb so that we have the subject and then the verb followed by the gerund form, followed by the infinitive. All right, so when we are going to play baseball, and that is correct, but we need something after it. So when are we going to play baseball? This is a fragment. It's no longer a question. So when we are going to play baseball, we are going to win. Something like that. So we need to complete the sentence.
Okay.
Okay, Laura, you can say, do we going to play baseball?
Do we going to play baseball? No, the word do, using in the form of this question, doesn't work. I'm trying to think. We could say, do you play baseball? But do we are going to play baseball doesn't work. It has to be when or are we going to play.
Okay.
Yeah. Or, but you can use do to ask someone specifically. So do you play baseball? Do you like baseball? And then to use the other verb that we use for questions, which is have you seen? So have you seen the game, last night's game? Something like that. Have you seen last night's baseball game?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now let's see. Do you want to try an advanced level worksheet? Okay. Let's try number 2. See what it looks like. Okay. Okay. So one sentence does not have any errors. Okay. And they give us an example. All right. So it looks like we're getting more errors per sentence. All right. Okay. So do you still want me to assign each person a number? Would that be okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so we have 6. All right, and we left off with Igor last time, right?
Yes.
Can you increase, please, because
the size?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll post the link because we can't see all of the sentences here. So here you guys go, and you can follow it. All right. Okay, so Marie, number 1. Raphael, number 2. Rose, 3. Sai, 4. Yasan, 5. And Ibrahim Mohammed, I think you're new to class. Do you want to try number 6? Okay. So we'll give you guys a minute to look over them. Sorry, I can only get to number 4 on the screen, but I'll scroll down a little bit.
Shall we?
Do I start?
Yes, so Marie.
Okay. She'll be coming soon, so don't worry. Okay. She'll, we have to use the contract form. She'll. Be coming, we have to add G. Soon, so don't, we have to put to write the contract also between N and T.
So don't worry.
And comma after soon.
Yeah, so that's optional, that comma as well. I always go a little comma happy, so I would put one there as well, but we don't have to. So we'll see this sentence looks a little funny when I write it to highlight the mistakes. So she'll be coming, so don't worry. Oh, and I forgot the soon. She'll be coming soon, so don't worry. Sorry about that. All right, what about number 2? Rafael?
Can I?
Yeah. She likes dogs, but she doesn't like cat.
Yeah, so she likes dogs, but she doesn't like cats. Great. All right. Number 3, was that Rose, right?
I just bought my sister old house for millions dollars. I think bought it's incorrect. The right. I think the correct is BOUGHT.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, it is. I just bought my sister's old house. And so what are some of the other mistakes? You have a lot in this sentence. So you said bought was spelled incorrectly. What else? Do you see
Two. It's TWO, the correct one.
Yep.
It's okay.
And there's another problem with
2.
hold on, I'm trying to highlight. All right. With $2 million. Does anyone see the problem with that?
2 million.
Billion.
Yeah, so million should be singular.
Billions.
And then what is the problem with sister's old house? Is that possessive?
You have to have an apostrophe.
Where do we put the apostrophe?
After the R of sister.
Before S.
Before S.
Yeah, exactly. And then what's the problem with just? Yeah, all right, good job, guys. Yeah, there are a lot in this sentence. All right, 1 second. I will be back.
Bonjour, Valet. Je viens vérifier l'étanchéité de votre salle de bain.
Ok. Oui, j'ai un problème avec la douche parce que ça garde beaucoup de temps. Tout de l'eau Hello, I'm so sorry.
Il y a les travaux chez vous?
Yeah, so I didn't know this was happening this morning. Luckily, we only have 20 minutes in class. All right, so sorry about that. Okay, all right, so number 4.
When I get home, I will make dinner. Instead of will, I could make dinner. We can use like that.
So this sentence is correct. When I get home, I will make dinner. But what can we do with that comma? We can change it a little. It's correct as it is right now.
After home, we can put comma.
Yeah, and so what we can also do is we can put a period, and we can make 2 separate sentences. So when I get home, oh no, we can't, sorry. I was losing my train of thought. It's just correct as is. Just ignore me there. All right, so number 5.
I have a question. What we do not use, do not say make a dinner. I will make a dinner.
When I get home, I will make a dinner. A dinner is implying that you're going to have. I will make a dinner. Yeah, we don't really say that. You could say, you would need an adjective. I'm going to make a huge dinner. Because dinner for us, we don't have to use a defining, what's it called in English?
But this is countable dinner. 1 dinner, 2 dinner, 3 dinners, 4 dinners. It's wherever dinner. It's not specified the dinner, but a dinner.
Well, a dinner means that you're just going to make like enough for one person one time, I guess. And we never say that. We never quantify dinner like that. We express how large or small it's going to be. So we can say, when I get home, I will make a huge dinner for my whole family. Or I will make dinner is implying that you're just making food for yourself or for your family. And we don't know. But we never say a dinner.
Okay.
A dinner, we don't quantify it in that way. Au revoir, désolé.
On a vu, on va en parler avec les supérieurs pour venir remplacer le mécanisme sous la baignoire.
Ok, merci beaucoup, au revoir, bonne journée. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Number 5.
Yeah, and so number 5.
Okay, Lara, I don't it, but I think who's this dog you know? Who's this dog you know?
Okay.
Do you know who is dog is this?
We're getting closer. So we definitely need the do.
Do you know whose dog is this?
So do you know? And how do we spell whose? Is that correct? Because someone did mention that it's a contraction. They said, do you know who is dog this is? So the way we have it written, it is who is dog this is. So how do we make it possessive?
Without apostrophe and the E.
Yes, exactly.
At the end.
So do you know whose dog this is? All right.
Thanks, Lara.
All right. And sorry about that little confusion and noise there, guys. I sometimes have problems switching between my two languages, and it takes me a minute to go back into English sometimes. All right. Okay, so number 6. Who had number 6? I think it was Ibrahim. So can you tell us what are the mistakes in this sentence?
I think it is I take a rest.
So when I get tired, I take a rest. Yeah, so we need a rest. In American English, I wouldn't say this is correct. When I get tired, I take a rest. We have a different word that we use for rest. Does anyone know what that is?
Break.
Yeah, so we can use break. What does it mean when you sleep for a short period of time? Nap. Yeah, so we use the word break or nap. When I get tired, I take a break. Or when I get tired, I take a nap. But that a rest, that may be correct in British English. I'm not sure about that.
A question, but why here we should put the A before rest?
Because you're just having one. Dinner is one of those nouns that you're making dinner. So you're making food, and food is a non-countable noun. You're not making two foods, all right? And rest, so I'm taking 2 naps. I took 2 naps today. I'm taking 1 nap right now in 15 minutes. Something along those ideas. It's countable. And dinners can be countable in the fact that I made 2 dinners last week, which meant that you stayed in and you cooked twice last week, and I don't know what you did the other time. But it's non-countable in that sense.
But we can say 2 rests.
So when dinners can be countable in the fact that but it's non-countable. Sorry. Okay. So not in this sense. When I get tired, I take 2 rests. When I get tired, I take 2 naps. That doesn't make sense. But you can say I took 2 naps today because I didn't sleep last night.
Laura, a question. Could you use here the future tense? I will take a rest.
When I get tired, I will take a nap. Yes.
Okay.
I will take a nap. That's also correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions on this worksheet?
No.
Okay. So let's go back to another advanced worksheet. Let's go with 4. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. Okay. So similar problems. All right. Cool. All right. Okay, so I guess we'll leave this more open to class so we don't put people on the spot because we only have a few minutes left. All right, so what should we do with number 1? And I'll post the link right now for everyone to follow.
Can I have a piece of pie?
So can I have a piece of pie? So yeah, definitely inversion. There's
and
another
piece
problem.
It's not correct written. Piece.
So how do we spell it?
P-I-E-C-E.
Yeah, exactly. So can I have a piece of pie? And so someone wrote in chat to explain the difference between can and could. Can anyone explain that to us at all?
Could is a more polite way when you do not know that person, but can it's you know that person. Or no?
Okay, so in this, for example, could I have a piece of pie? That also works. So I can, just to go over this, usually is the present form. I could is the conditional form. So it's something that may or may not happen. Just like in this sentence, could I have a piece of pie? You're asking, can I have a piece of pie? But the answer is either no or yes. So you may get a piece of pie, you may not. So in English, we say, can I have a piece of pie? Can I have a glass of milk? But does anyone know why this technically is not grammatically correct at all? We use it all the time, but you'll sometimes hear our parents go, because we're not saying it correctly. Does anyone know?
No.
Okay. So we're supposed to say, may I have? It's supposed to be may, because it's the idea of, can I have a piece of pie? It's the answer of, duh, yes you can. And so you're not asking. You're asking if you can do something, which is, the answer is, yeah, of course you can do something, but you're supposed to ask, may I have? And the response is, yes, you may have a piece of pie. Does everyone understand that difference?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so, but don't worry, in everyday speech, I never say, may I have a pen when I'm speaking with my coworkers, or may I have a piece of paper? Because you sound like a tool when you say it. You sound really polite.
But
Yeah.
at our lessons, I learned that can is for people who you know, you say, but could and may to people from co-workers, for example, it's more polite.
Yeah, it's really formal. It's really formal. But yeah, that's why you would use it with people you don't know as well, and also just could. I could take the train tomorrow. So give an example for him for Sai for the verb could, which is implying you may or may not take the train tomorrow. You don't know. It's in the future. So I could take the train. It's an option. I can take the train tomorrow at 5 p.m. is it's a definite option.
Okay.
So trying to explain that difference.
I understand the difference between these two.
Yep. Any other questions?
Yes, what mean do? D-U-H.
Oh, duh. Like, it's something we say in response. So if you say, like, okay, so this is a stupid example, but just to give you a very blatant example, Michael Jackson is black. Duh. Okay? Or Michael Jackson was a great artist. Duh, he was. So we say duh is like, no kidding. And obviously is a way of saying it. Okay, so like, obviously, no kidding. Like, everyone knows that. All right?
Okay, but I didn't get you.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we say when it's like, you say it with attitude. And it's slang.
How to pronounce?
Of course.
Yeah, of course is a good
French,
one.
maybe, please.
Could you pronounce again?
Yeah, in English it's duh. Like, and you go, and some people go duh, like, and enunciate it. And it means of course, indeed, no kidding, obviously.
Exactly.
I guess in French you would say évidemment, like evidently. Yeah. But I don't know if we say it that much in French. All right. Okay, so does anyone want to try number 2 before we move on? Or before we end class? Sorry.
Me and my friend going to the beach next weekend.
Okay, so okay, me and my friends
are going
to.
Right. I'm just going to check one thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it's close. It should be, I was just checking to make sure I'm teaching the right thing. My friends and I are going to go to the beach next weekend. Can anyone explain why it is my friends and I and not me and my friends? Right. So when we have me and my friends, we rarely use that that combo, me and my friends. You should mostly refer to yourself in the sense of I. So it should be my friends and I. All All right. And I had to check on that because sometimes in English we do say me and him. Me and him are great friends. And that is correct. All right. So me and my friends becomes my friends and I. All right. And the rest is right. Are going to go to the beach next weekend. And there was the problem with this section. Gonna go to, we need to invert and have the infinitive to go. And the gerund form are going to go. Okay. All right. So good job, guys. I'm sorry about the interruption.